As EGS was walking through a massive medieval city, it was a beautiful day. It had a pure blue sky with very few clouds out. As EGS walked, he came to a shopping district, which was bustling with activity. The air smelled of silver, raw meat, and the sweat of people. EGS walked through this district. His footsteps on the stone roads fell completely silent, and his three-piece suit was immaculate. Past each store he walked, it only grew more abundant in poorer people, as the merchandise was lower quality. Looking slightly down at the mudded floor, EGS noticed that a young girl, maybe 5 years old, had dropped a stuffed toy, gracefully bending down on the muddied floor. He spoke with a fake tone of kindness with a fabricated smile upon his lips. "Hello, miss, you dropped this," he said as he handed her the doll. With a shy, cute little voice, the girl said, "Thank you, mister." With the same fake tone, EGS responded, "You're welcome." EGS stood up, giving the girl a pat on her head before wiping his clothes clean from the mud. Raising his hands to the side of his head, he slapped his ears hard, the sound from the environment fading. As the sound echoed throughout the area, people who were once distracted by shopping looked at EGS. The girl ran off to her mum, and the smile on EGS's lips began to fade, back into an emotionless stare. People were shocked at EGS. Some stood there, with their mouths gaping, while others crawled on the floor begging EGS for money, but EGS couldn't hear them and so continued walking. As EGS walked, so did commoners following him, which led to more of them noticing the commotion and doing the same. The group carried on toward a particular man. He was massive, a staggering 6'5". As they approached this man, EGS gracefully tapped the side of his ears, and the sounds of people begging behind him came flooding in. EGS slowly turned around, the smell of sweat and dirt permeating in his nose. He had a face similar to a doll. It was emotionless. In a loud, emotionless tone, he spoke toward the crowd following him. "You should carry on home before I burn it to the ground." The crowd was stunned. There were no words that escaped them, only shocked gasps. They slowly began to step away, turning the silence into mudded footsteps. EGS turned back towards the massive man, speaking to him, as if they were old friends. A fake smile was once again on EGS's lips. "Hello, how are you?" "Long time no see," Target 1 EGS said, his voice a facade of happiness. "I've been doing good. How are?" "Wait a second. Who are you and why did you call me Target 1?" Target 1 asked, his curious purple eyes staring down at EGS. "You are the next to die, Target 1, or should I say upper rank 17, EGS said, his voice slowly transforming emotionless with each word as he looked up towards Target 1. Target 1 places his hand on his chin as he thinks, "So, you finally decided to come kill me? The Elder God thinks he can kill the mighty artifice." "What a joke," Target 1 said. His voice was becoming increasingly intense. It felt as if an earthquake was happening as he spoke, the smell of mead coming from his breath. Target 1 quickly grabbed EGS's hair. "Do you see how easy it would be for me to crush your puny head in my hand?" Target 1 said with a pretentious tone. Target 1, "I offer a duel, where if you agree then you and I have a sword fight. If you impress, your punishment will be less. If you do not impress, it will be increased. No abilities will be used." EGS said this, as if they had said those exact words thousands of times over. Target 1 stood there, his arms by his side, his blonde hair blowing in the wind as he stared down at EGS. "Let's do it." His response was quick, far too quick for him to have given it any thought. As they stood there, EGS walked over to a wall and carved a straight line out of it. "We are going to stand 15 meters apart, and I'm going to throw a coin, and when it crosses this line, we fight," EGS said, with a fake tone of excitement. Target 1 quickly opened a portal. It was opaque with a purple outline, and the portal had a weird static sound emanating from it. He pulled out a massive sword. Its blade looked more like a shield than a blade, and it was as tall as EGS in height. EGS held out his right arm, and there was a blood-red katana in his hand. It appeared so quickly that even Target 1 was surprised. With his free hand, EGS reached into his pocket, pulling out a golden coin, and he tossed it into the air. As the coin was twirling and spinning toward the ground, Target 1 was looking intently at it, waiting for it to cross that line while EGS stared forward directly at Target 1 with his green-blue eyes. As the coin fell, time seemed to stop the instant the coin passed over the line. EGS began to walk toward Target 1 while time was stopped. As EGS reached Target 1, he took his sword and slit the throat of Target 1. The coin starts to fall once more as time resumes. Target 1 is shocked that EGS approached him so quickly. "You said we weren't allowed to use abilities, and yet you did," Target 1 said. His voice had a distinct gurgling and he sounded like he was about to cry. "Why does this hurt so much?" "I didn't. All I did was use my reaction time and speed to approach you, and my sword causes pain to be enhanced," EGS said, his fake tone of excitement now replaced with an uncaring and cold tone. "Just because you are weak and cannot withstand pain doesn't make that my problem." With this, EGS readied the katana, the blade glowing a purple color. Before the blade was swung, you could hear Target 1 sobbing, Please D don't kill me," Target 1 said, while sounding pathetic. The blade was swung. All that could be heard was something hitting the floor. It was Target 1's head. EGS looked down at the head. "Boring," EGS said while looking around, noticing some people had watched their fight. With an uncaring glare, EGS approached them, his silent footsteps sending panic towards them. But before they could flee, they were already cut straight in half, their guts lying on the floor. As EGS was walking back toward Target 1's body, EGS opened a portal, and through it, you could see an island made from a mysterious dark grey stone. EGS picked up Target 1's body, but before he walked through the portal, he left a strange orb on the ground, and then walked through the portal, and every sound and smell disappeared. As the portal was closing behind EGS, the strange orb exploded violently, causing the city around it to turn to rubble. EGS walked toward the center of this floating island and threw the corpse of Target 1 into a bottomless pit filled with the rotting and dismembered corpses of gods.